With all this talk about freedom, what happens with the commandments and the law? Do they still apply to us as Christians? Listen as Chris and Sarah talk about the role the law plays in our lives.
Now, this is why there's two kinds of righteousness we're talking about. And you now have two lives you're living. You have the life that the world is demanding from you, which is love me, that is to say, love thyself, but the neighbor more. Love thy neighbor as thyself. The world demands this from you. Okay? And that is a summary of commandment 4 through 10. But this is not Christ's expectation of you. Christ expects you to trust that He has done it for you. That's your second kind of righteousness. So you, in your flesh, recognize the commandments are still taking its toll on you. And I will be the first to tell you that if you don't follow them, it will be the death of you. Now, if you are worried about the death of you, this is where Christ has to come in and says, oh, by the way, I am your life. So Christ will actually use those commandments to kill you so that you have only Him left. Not to make you a better person, not to make you worthy of Him, not even to make you worthy of your neighbor, but actually end your sense of self.
Which is the same in the first week. We had the story of the rich man, and we talked about setting the bar even higher of the law, setting that bar so high. Well, then you think you have faith, you think you've done the law, sell everything and give it to the poor. The same thing happens with the commandments 4 through 10 in your relationship with your neighbor. The bar, you think you've done this, well, guess what? It's actually this or this.
So I understand our understanding of the law does not end in this old world until you are dead. But this is precisely what Paul's going to get at, is I am dead in Christ. Which means he doesn't have to follow the old. Believe it or not, as a Christian, you don't have to, as a condition, follow the 10 Commandments anymore to be a Christian. They actually are old. They're beyond you. They're past you. Luther calls them Sachsenspiegel, good, ordinary wisdom laws, none of which apply to you. But in order to interact with your neighbor and have it be productive, he says it'd be wise to follow them. But they actually don't rule you.